Welcome to Campus Crossroads. In my last video, I talked about developing interpersonal skills, and today um, I want to delve a little bit deeper into that topic and provide you with some effective strategies for interpersonal development. The first and the foremost strategy is effective communication. You definitely need to practice the English language or whatever language you are going to speak in your target country where you're going for your further studies. There in America, there are different words which are used. For example, here people are not used to call dustbin. They call it as trash bin, or the work table or work desk is called as desk rather than calling it as table. So learning all those words which are more often used in the country where you are going is definitely going to help you when once you reach there. The second strategy is active listening. I think it is one of the most important strategies, especially because if we are coming from India, we have this habit of not actively listening. I will share with you an experience. It is funny and it is also a learning experience. My first mentor, first and foremost mentor in US, she used to speak in English, but she used to speak very fast, and I had a very hard time understanding what she was saying because she used to speak really fast, like as compared to a native English speaker. Here she was super fast, and I used to, if I was not a good listener, I wouldn't be able to understand what she was actually trying to say. And I remember in the beginning I used to catch words from her full sentences just to understand what was the work she was assigning me. And I think that I mean it was just because of my active listening that I was able to do so. Positive criticism, if you're not receiving a criticism from your mentor, from your boss, there's less opportunity of basically developing your work. So it is very important that at that time also you maintain a positive body language, a positive posture, a positive non-verbal cues that you are definitely listening to the criticism very with a very positive impact. Another important point is cultural awareness. Definitely, learning about other culture is important. We always have a different mindset about the West, and we just make up that mindset from maybe from movies or from Netflix show, but it is a very real life for you where you will be going, and understanding the culture of the country where you will be going and trying to adapt that culture, or at least trying to be positive about that culture, is definitely going to help you to build some relationships there. Always try to respect the differences that is there in the culture. No culture is perfect. Our Indian culture is not perfect, and even the culture in the West is not perfect. It's just learning good things from a different culture and applying them to your own lifestyle is definitely going to help you in a different country. Also learn positive things about your culture. Sometimes I have seen that when we come here we want to mimic a different culture, or be what, like, what people in other country have been doing. But our culture, our Indian culture, has its own beauty. So learn about it, and also be open to discuss that in a group environment, and you will see how positively people take that. You will be surprised that people in Western countries, in countries like US, UK, they know more about our culture than some of us have knowledge about it. So definitely educate yourself about your own culture, about your own country, once you have started to think about studying abroad. Building relationships is very, very important part of interpersonal skills or interpersonal relationships. um, Always try to be approachable. You will be entering into a new country where there is a different kind of work environment, different kind of professional ethics, and one thing that has really helped me is being approachable, or completing the tasks that are given to me by perseverance, and taking the criticism in a very positive manner, and applying that to improve myself or my professional goals or strategies. You can join social clubs and social events. Even some of us may be introverts, and we may not like to hang out that much with a group of friends, or that we don't like to go to the social events. But I would still suggest that make an effort and do attend these social events, and make some try to make some connections in them. When you will come to a university to study, there will be many projects that you will be doing individually, and there will be some projects which will be teamwork here. Uh, Try to be a proactive member of the group. Try to participate in the group projects as much as possible, because this is again a nice way to learn about different culture or different work ethics that people with whom we were not raised have. They have different style of doing something, and it will be a nice opportunity to learn that style or those kind of ethics. When you are doing these projects, be reliable. Some of us have these tendencies of not responding to the emails on time, or trying to delay the work, or getting up late in the morning, even though the meeting was supposed to be at 7 a.m. Just try to be reliable. Especially, I have seen in America, the kids here, the students here are very reliable. When they do a course, when they study something, they have a goal in mind, and they usually will work towards achieving that goal. And they are very reliable in that front. Of course, you will find outliers everywhere, but try not to be that kind of an outlier, because you are coming here with a goal of doing higher studies in a different country, away from your family, away from your friends. You have a much higher responsibility on your shoulders as compared to the citizens who are living here and have access to all the resources that are being provided. Conflict resolution is another thing that I really want to talk about. I think most of us are very poor in conflict resolution, and it is a strategy that comes up with experience, that one learns with experience. I am still working on that, so don't feel disheartened if you don't if you feel that you are just a starter in conflict resolution. But I would say that never ever burn your bridges. Even if it is a faculty, a friend of yours, or a professional connect, never ever burn your bridges. Just try to maintain those bridges, so that you believe or not, this is a small world, and you will meet these people again and again, and sometimes you may need these people again and again. So even if the personalities are not matching while doing a project or while doing work, I would still say that try to iron out the matters, and don't burn your bridges. Networking is again very, very important. Yes, some of your Indian networking may be helpful, but then you are coming to a different country. So networking with people here is very important. Now, many a times I would receive an email from an Indian student, and they would like me to introduce them to my colleagues, or they would like me to introduce them to my workplace. It's good that you are trying to learn about different Indians who are settled here, but don't force them to introduce you. Like, think about it. In India, we are not picking up random people to introduce us to anybody else, right? So we are building a professional network here, and I would like to introduce myself to I would like to introduce anybody else to my professional network only if I have worked with that person, if I know the work ethics of that person. So asking somebody to introduce you if you have not worked with that person is a huge favor that you are asking for. So be strategic about it. I'm not saying that you should not ask. You can ask, but don't have very high expectations about it. Or you can say something like, if I want you to introduce me to this person, what do you think it will require? Do you have any specific requirements for that I can fulfill? Again, attending networking events will help you to build that professional network, and in those networking events you will see that people are much more open to introduce you to somebody else. But definitely it takes many years of effort to introduce somebody to someone, and share your professional network with somebody. Social media these days is a very good platform which you can use. Twitter, Facebook, or I mean, Facebook is not that professional. Instagram, these are very good networks. LinkedIn, you can create a professional LinkedIn profile and try to connect with people there. But again, I would say that keep your goal in mind. Just don't connect for the purpose of connecting. You should have a goal in mind that, okay, I am connecting to this person for this goal, this specific goal, and I would see how much I can get that goal fulfilled by connecting to that person or this group of people. Always, always, always follow up. Even if you meet somebody in a networking event, even if you meet somebody in a conference, always sending back an email, nice email, of how good you felt after meeting them is going to help you. If you set up a meeting with a professor in your university and the professor meets you and provides you some guidance, even if they don't provide you some guidance, even if they give you 5 to 10 minutes of their time, always sending them a nice thank you email is going to put you in a different bucket as compared to students who are not that thankful or have not shown that kind of respect to the faculty. If you are coming to a foreign country, you are already think of yourself already as a much more better student as compared to the others who have not been able to come to a different country to study. So have that confidence in yourself. Step out of your comfort zone. Talk to people. Talk to the faculties in your university. Talk to the students in your university. I remember when I first attended my student orientation in my university, I made friends there who are still my friends. It's been 14 years in US, but they are still my friends, and still I approach them for different things. So step out of your comfort zone and talk to people, hear their stories, tell your story, why you are here. And I think it's going to help you in building the relationships. Always celebrate your wins, and celebrating your small wins is much more important than the bigger goal that you have in your mind. Getting an admission to a foreign university, it is a win. It is not a small win. It is a big win. Getting your visa, arriving here successfully, and starting your studies. All these are part of your wins. So start to celebrate them, and start to feel proud of them. But don't be over proud of these things, because your biggest goal is to have a professional life here. And once you achieve that, that is the biggest goal that you want to celebrate. But even in that path, whenever you are getting small successes, always try to celebrate those. I remember when I joined my job, after a few years, my mentor reminded me, once I was not feeling very good about certain collaborations, and my mentor reminded me that you should not feel that disheartened, because look, whenever you feel disheartened, you can always look at your your CV or your resume and think about the days when you started with this. So think about the achievements that you have done in the past. Always also think about the things that did not work out and work upon them to improve yourself. But the point I want to bring is celebrate your small wins. Also, always seek feedback from your mentors. Whatever job you do, even if it is a volunteer project, even if it is a volunteer internship, always seek some feedback, because these feedbacks over the time are going to help you in being a better professional candidate, a better student. So never hesitate to take those feedbacks from your faculties or from your mentors, and apply them in your professional or your in your student life to improve yourself. Another skill is adaptability and flexibility. This is a big change that is going to come in your life. So be open to that change. Be open to the culture that you are going to. Be open to the professionalism that you are going to learn here. Be open to the work ethics that are going to be here. So be open to that change, rather than using the shortcuts to do the things. That doesn't work. So try to adapt that change in your lifestyle. Always stay positive. It is a long process of getting an admission in US, completing your studies in the US, and then getting and landing up in a job. There will be some fallbacks, and there will be some small wins. So always stay positive. Don't lose your confidence, and always learn from your experiences as well. Be professional. Set out goals. These goals can be small goals, like, make small goals for yourself. For example, when you arrive in the US, maybe your goal can be to meet 2 to 3 professors of your program, and to know about them. Your goal can be that in first semester you will try to figure out a volunteer project to do. It is going to be very hard, although I would say I would not do it in the first semester, because first semester you should get adapted to the study life here, to courses and to exams and to homeworks. I would start doing it from the second semester. That doing us, maybe one of your goal could be just to do a volunteer project with a professor. Even if you're trying to network in the first year, don't network with a point of view of getting a job in the first year. And these are some of the examples that I am giving. Like, there can be different ways to do these things. Mostly you will be lining up in a job in the end of your second year, or if you're doing an undergraduate program, it will be after the fourth year. So you have a long time to establish that network. Start to build upon it, but don't be too aggressive to do it in the first year. Always keep a professional attitude. I have worked with my friends here. I have developed relationships with my friends, with my colleagues. They became my friends, but we always kept a professional boundary in between. All of us are here for our professional development. So keep those professional boundaries in between when you are, especially within your university, within your workplace. At home, whatever you are doing, it's a different thing. But when you are in an office, in a professional environment, behave differently. Also, always respect each other's boundaries. Give each other open space to develop. Listen to each other carefully and learn from each other. I have seen many a times that we Indians have a tendency to compete with our own fellow Indians. I would avoid that. You are in a different country, and keeping a healthy competition is good, because you are learning from each other and applying each other's strategy to your professional life. But unhealthy competition is not good. So I would stay away from that. Also, always, whatever you do, always reflect upon it. Maybe you can set up a quarterly notification on your calendar that I will always reflect back 3 months, like, what I did, what I achieved, what I did not achieve, if I did not achieve something, why I did not achieve. achieve that thing, and always adapt to it, always try to strategize it, and improve upon it. So these are some of the strategies that I wanted to leave today for interpersonal development, and I look forward to hear any questions in the comment box. And if you like these videos, please press the like button and also subscribe to them. I will be coming up with more strategies about admissions abroad soon.